Hello, my name is Resilan Bearcat, and this is my first playthrough for the Rise of the Darkfog expansion for Dyson Sphere Program. This is the Albalda playthrough series. Hope you enjoy the gameplay. We're going to cut back here for a minute. We are on our final research here. There are still some other things. We'll continue running research, but this is the mission completed. And you'll also notice that I'm in the process of decommissioning this glass. Now, part of this has been because I have been working with the glass and the components that was going in here for some time, working on getting the resources. You know, I built another glass plant. So if I just hit the map and we come out here, we can come out here. It'll be very easy to find. It is right here. This right here is glass, and it starts right here, and it goes all the way over to right here. As you can see, I told you it would be easy to find. So that's bringing in stone there, and we are producing glass here. We've got a lot of the glass being produced. So what I'm doing is, with that being produced like that, I'm now going to decommission this, and I can use this space here for something else. That way I've got all my glass being produced in one place. This is just about to come out here. I've been, part of what I've been doing in the time that we've been, since you've last seen it, if I look at my Dyson Sphere and bring this in here, the shell 2, this is pretty cool. Look at the graphic there, all the rockets coming in. You can see that I've got about 13,000 of 64,000, so I'm getting close to a quarter of the way done on structure points. I don't believe I'm a quarter of the way done on this yet. No, I would have to be over 250,000 to be a quarter of the way done on the cell points. But I am bringing the cell stuff in. You can see, look at all the stuff going in there. It's just, oh man, just so much going in there. I've only got 5,000 solar cells in orbit, and that is something that we are going to have to put more solar cells in orbit. So we'll be working on that kind of in our next component. Sorry, off the. So, in order to decommission this, I basically took this, and you can see it is just about gone. In fact, that is good enough. We are going to now decommission this tower, pull that tower out of there, and then we're going to come around here and just decommission all of the components. And so there goes the monitor. And we can see here that we've got all of this stuff out of here. Now we can bring in our sweep and just sweep all of these buildings up. And we have completely decommissioned that particular facility. And we can use that to build some additional things and expand some other areas. And if I come over this way, I'm probably going around the planet the wrong way. That would be par for the course here. There is that is making antimatter. I've got a ton of antimatter. That will be one of the next things we do, is actually increase our antimatter production. So right here is the equator. We need more solar cells, just because we're either consuming them too fast, or we are actually eating them up. Let's see right here how we're doing. Oh yeah, we got lots of solar cells, so we just need to be shooting more of them out into space is what it comes down to. So all of the different areas over here, I've got new things here. Let's see. There is the production on that. There's my glass right there. So we can see now the glass is being produced. It should be, yep, it's coming from over here now. I should be able to drop a few more of these in here, leaving me 88. There we go. I have put all of that glass in there. And then we are not proliferating this. This is a base item just made with stone. So I am not proliferating that. That does not need the proliferation, at least in my mind. It doesn't need it right now. So that can make a lot of stuff. Now the strange matter here that I am actually making, I've got lots of strange matter, and I'm not proliferating that. Could be But these items over here, I am now proliferating the production now, and this is one of the things I've done since I've been gone. You can see we're producing 75 or 76 per minute of these rockets. So we're producing a lot of rockets, and and that's actually a good thing. Where we don't have a huge backlog of them, so we're shooting most of them off. But that's we made some adjustments in order to be able to do that, and we're bringing in some of this. So I can take this right here, the proliferation, and just drop that in there and get rid of some of the stuff that I've got. I've got a little bit of stone on me. I'm just going to delete that. Stone's pretty much nearly free at this point. All right, with that in mind, this has been just a brief update on where we're at, and what we're going to do next is build out some antimatter production. So let's get over here. Let's see where we've got space. Oh, it looks like we've got space here, but I'm probably going to want to expand that at some point in the future. This antimatter here, let's see if I come over here. Where is my... Right here is my antimatter. Okay. Now let's see what I have to do. So I think right in here is going to be a good area to actually do this in. Let's see what we have. If I come in here, first thing I have to build is this right here. And I'm going to need to build 2 per second of antimatter. I am going to need... I need 4. I'm going to need 20 machines to do this, so that would be 10 on each side. Looks like I've got enough here to do this. So let's see. Because of this coming in right there, 10 on each side. Let's try it this way right here. This will be an interesting process. Let's bring in an interstellar tower. What I'm going to do is come over here. That's going to be 3 over. There, we'll put that right there. Okay. And then what we're going to do is back to here for a second. Let's look at this. This only takes 2 items. It takes 20 seconds to produce one, so it does not require a huge number of these things. So what I can do then is I can... Let's try it doing it this way. This is not one of the things that I have a blueprint for. I'm only going to need a belt, a 6 belt. I'm going to put this one back in here like, and then let's go and grab some of these. What I'm going to do here, now I am going to proliferate all of this stuff. This is high level items. I am going to put proliferation in here, so let's go ahead, put the proliferator in here. Put that. We'll put that right in there too. Actually, put it there. Put it right there. Alright. So we can see it. Now, with that in mind, we are on... Get 2 items in. I can pull all... So let's do this right here. We'll take this right here, and we'll put this... one of these here and one of these here. And then what we want is the... I don't want antimatter capsules, that's things. I want one of these things. There we go. Alright, so with that, I am going to need... I'm going to need some of that. I need some of those. Let's just bring 2,000 up over. Oh. Alright, and I'm not making a huge number of these things. I can probably just bring 1,000 of these up. This is going to be remote storage. We're not going to pull them. We're going to pull these things locally. Local demand. They're already inbound. Okay. Fine. And then I also need... I am going to want proliferation. Let's just grab 500 of that. And local demand on it too. Yep. Very good. With that... Oh, look at that. We can put 3, we can stack them up 3 high now. We're only going to bring them out 1 at a time. Load of vessels. We're only going to set these down to 10%. Minimum load of drones. We'll set to 20%. Okay, there we go. Now, there's some other things that are needed. We've got my little warper station. Let's put a warper station here. Right. Let's see. Let's request. It shouldn't be difficult at all. Reverse the path. Right in there. Okay, there we go. There's got to be some of those inbound, and they are. Okay, with that inbound now, we've got warpers coming in. I don't want to really do anything. I'm not putting any warpers in here until I have warp units in there. I can drop $50 of those in. And let's see. Let's do that in there. That. All right, now then. With that going in and this coming in here, takes 20 seconds to produce one. Speed is really not an issue here. And I get this. I hook everything up. If I pull in this, yeah, see, that's not going to work because I won't have enough spots to output to. Okay, that's fine. What I will do is we'll take both of those in like that. And what I'll do is I'll there. And what we're going to do, we're only going to be producing 1 per second of these. Is that right? I believe that is correct. So that is more than enough on that belt. But that does mean I'm going to need the other item. Same here. Now I need 20 of these things. I go 10, so I need to go a little bit further. My belts go into there, 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 and I am, oh no. All right. I have used up a lot of belts since I was last at base. Not a problem. All right, there we go. Now then, let's just drag 10 of these down through here. I did that. This room. I have no idea. I don't know if I looked at 12 instead of 10 or what. 6, 7, 8, 10. There we go. Well. Okay, well, that being the case, that is going to be producing all of these items. And so what I can do, I should have had that in the other one here. There. All right, so all of that's in there. Let's get our power poles in here. go every 2, drop in our pole. It will just sit right in there. There we go. I've got that in there. Now we can bring in, I'm going to bring it over here and bring it out. Let's see, let's take that up to here. Right across there. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to, not sure if I want that one proliferated or not. I'll take that out. I'll proliferate that where I'm using it at. Let's see, back to here. There we go. Okay, now with that in there, let's get those started to producing. So what we want, that. And that. Oh, wait a minute. Get back here. There we go. There we go. We'll stick those back in there. Okay. Oh, they were proliferated, so it wasn't a huge deal that I let some. Okay, there we go. Out they come. We'll do them in opposite ways. That's just not really the way I normally do things. In fact, I like to be uniform, so we'll change those. It won't hurt any. We get it going. Why is... Oh, there is a connector missing. Alrighty. Oh, forgot the connector on the side. Let's see. Go. Let's see. Got. Alright, now we'll just come down through here and pull these items. Sure that I've got. Oh yeah, look at there. Get on down here. So there we go. We've got. Alright, we got the symmetry here that we were looking for. Alright, and then what we will do is I will take these items and drop them in there, and those items and drop them in there, and that and there, and I have no extra resources, which is sort of what I want there. Okay, now with that in mind, we can see that we want the output here. We want these coming in. And we will let that figure out the numbers for a second. We will take these and put those in there. And this will be local supply, remote supply for the annihilation constraint. That's going to be all that it is. Okay, now with that, the annihilation constraints built, we now need to build and turn our attention to the antimatter fuel rods. Now this requires an assembler, requires 4 items to build, and we're going to need 24 of these. So we're going to need 12 of these items, and along with the stuff that we were building, this is where we will need our antimatter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come right over here, and I believe what we'll do is we'll come here, we can build right here on this. Now I can belt the antimatter down here, so I won't need that. So let's see, let's go ahead, that in here, go. That will come in here. Now then, one of the things that we're going to need. See, it requires 4 items. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It'll require 4 of these over here, plus that one going back into the middle. Okay, so that's the way I'm going to run. I'm going to run one line out there, one line there, that line back in there. I'm going to try to proliferate things. So what we'll do then is we'll come here. Let's go ahead and put my proliferators on the, put 2 of the proliferators down. It will make it easier. We'll put it on this line and that line, that right there. There we go. Now then, we can start with our production. We'll put a line there, there. Okay, and then just for the sake of doing things, we got to put 3 belts down here like this. And then the same thing down here. We got 3 belts here like that. Okay, now let's figure out what the items are to have. This is going to first like that. Ooh. Okay, like that. There we go. Now, let's see what we're going to do here for this. I believe, and as I've got this one down in here, let's go ahead and do the antimatter fuel rods. This requires, okay, it has to have 12 antimatter, 12 hydrogen, and then 1 each of the others. So I've got antimatter and hydrogen. Uh-oh, I have an issue. And we are going to go address that issue if it pops up again. We've got an alarm coming up on our, it popped up momentarily on our, let's go look at what we have here. Somewhere on our, where we're doing our proliferation. So that's not the proliferation, that's not, there it is right there. There's my proliferation. Oh, it's full. And it appears to be working just fine. Huh, okay. Well, being as this is actually full, why that popped up, so we're not going to worry about it. There we go. This requires 4 items to make plus the proliferation, and then it makes an output. And we've got to put the output into the network. And so I don't have anything here that I can bring in. Well, actually, I think I do. I could bring in the antimatter because it's close by without bringing it in, but that's going to be more problem than it's worth. I could bring in the antimatter constraint spheres, and we only need 1 of those. So if I brought, since that is in here, I can bring that out without using anything there. Or I could bring all of those things in here and then bring the proliferation over here, which is what I'm going to do. Okay, so that's the way I'm going to do this. But what I'm going to do is, we want antimatter, we want hydrogen, we want titanium alloy, and we want these. Then we're going to output that. That will be in there like that. Okay, so with those things in there, I've got warpers in here. So let's see. We're going to put in my drones. Go. All right. Let's see. All right, so we've got all of that stuff in here. Now what we need before we get too started is we need... Okay, so this is coming around here. So what I can do, I can bring this down to here. And the way to do this is to... I'm going to need a green belt. Alright, let's see, and then we'll just run that across through there. There we go. Now then, what we will do is that line there. We'll just keep it up in the air like that, okay? And then what we want to do is bring this across through here. And what I want to do is upgrade that belt. It's got to go such a long way. Feed everything. We want a lot of proliferation coming in. There we go. Okay. Oh, interesting. Now then, with the proliferation coming over there, all of these items coming in. Okay, this is going to be remote storage, remote storage, remote storage, remote storage. We're only going to ask for do 500 of that, 500 of that. Given how many of these things we're going to use, I'm going to pull in about 7,200 of these. Oh, there we go. There we go. All right. So we're pulling these things in. We still don't have any power, so let's power this up before we tell it to do anything. Here and here. I'm going to put a power pole right there and right there. Like that. Okay. So the power, it's powering up. And then what we're going to do is let's start pulling these in. Let's see if any of these things don't come when we put them on local demand. We are asking for lots of resources there. We did not get any titanium alloy. We will have to do a remote demand on that one. Just local storage. Okay. And I don't know if we're producing enough titanium alloy. I would think that we've got to be getting somewhat close on that. Okay, now with that in mind, this is going to be hydrogen coming up here. Come over here, bring hydrogen out here. This right here is going to be antimatter coming out there. Okay. Now with that coming out at those components, now we will hook up. And that is going to be my titanium alloy. And this is going to be my constraint sphere. Go. Right, and there's my titanium alloy. Alright, so that should be the hookup for all of those things. Now this thing, what are the numbers? It takes 24 seconds. It takes 1 every 2. Oh, I can use cheap sorters. Except for the fact that I am running very low on cheap sorters. I've got enough for this though. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so those are going to be producing. Okay, now we need 24 of these things. That's what it's going to require. So let's see, that's going to require me to do 12. Let's see how far 12 goes. Wide with it. Oops, that was the wrong thing. There we go. 12 goes out to there, okay. What we'll do is if they go too far. Go. Bring that over here. This over here. Then leave that back down through there. Okay, there we go. We've got the belt in there, and then we will bring 12 of those. Oh, mission completed. Nice. There is my mission complete. And then we're going to bring this out over here and build that right there.
Congratulations, builder of the great civilization. You've completed the Dyson Sphere Program. The energy you have contributed will accelerate the development of Homeland. Every step here bears your imprint. This cluster is activated, and a star in the Milky Way is lit. It will forever record your contributions to the upcoming Civilization Type 3. Now, take a rest, and get ready for the next journey.
All right. We have completed our first. We've completed the game. And we are in the process now here of making antimatter. We've got antimatter coming back in, antimatter fuel rods that are coming in here. We don't have any have shown up yet, but we are in the process of making them. So we're going to pop some of these things that we don't, extra components that we brought in over here. There we go, just so we don't have any extra things in here. And we should be seeing some antimatter fuel rods. We don't see them yet because we're not unloading. So let's go down through here and put in the, we'll have to use the green to unload, primarily just because we don't have a choice. Alright, there we go. We'll put that in there like that. Drag that in there like that, and now we've got all of these things unloading, and we have antimatter fuel rods. Now, the thing that's special about the antimatter fuel rods is the ability to burn them. As we go to do new, we'll be changing up our resources, and we will be making these artificial stars here. We'll produce some artificial stars, and with those artificial stars, we will be able to produce our, we'll be able to power up a new planet with those rather than having to use these fuel, these thermal power plants. So we'll be able to change our blueprint for taking over some of the new planets. That'll be good. We don't have very many of the anti-fuel constraint rods. We asked for 500 and we don't have them. What is this over here? It's not liking how many we're producing right now. We are supposed to be producing, let's see here. We've got everything here that we need to be able to produce these things, so this should be pretty set over 60 seconds. And 20 of these devices, we should be producing 1 per second. So I would expect this to be producing 60, but I do not believe we're getting anywhere near 60. Well, we'll see. We'll know in a minute. Let's put our things in here so that if they're not running, we will actually know it. Fail and cargo. We will put these constraint spheres in here. We will say that it has to be greater than or equal, and we are looking for 60 per second. So let's see if we actually get that, and we are getting that. And since it's proliferated, we should be getting a little bit more than 60 per second. The benefit of that, okay. So that coming out here like that, and then these, yeah, I've got these things coming in. There's not many of them coming, but there we go. Minimum load of vessels 10%, minimum load of drones 10%. We'll do that. There is no reason to stack those up. We'll take that out. We'll do that. We'll do minimum load of drones 10%. Okay, so we can grab a little bit of things. So all of that should be producing, and I should have enough to keep them busy. I do have one down here that is not producing. What is it not producing? That is because it is somehow I missed it unloading it. Okay, there we go. So these things are coming in here, and we'll put since we've got these things being produced, we'll put a monitor here. We're starting to put monitors on everything. That way if something happens, we can come find it easily. This is going to be greater than or equal. We are looking for this. Global alarm, fail, and no cargo. And this is going to be this. And then because of this should be producing 2 per second. So in a minute, I should be doing 120 cargoes. What I'm looking for. Let's see, we've got 108, 110. And then this is proliferated as well, so it should be producing 25% more than the 120. And so we're looking for the base amount, and that's good. That cargo monitor is going. Once it gets to the 60-second mark, it will kick in, and we'll see that it's running the way it's supposed to be. See, this one's running, and we're getting 80 here, looking for 60. Very good. And this one should be we're going to be getting about 190, looking for 120. Is that right? I believe that's right. So let's see what we have here. Oh, we might be getting even more than that. I'm seeing 220. Getting a lot here. This should be turning green. There it is. It just turned to green. All right. We're getting a whole bunch of antimatter fuel rods. And those are going to be useful, so we're just going to produce a big stockpile of those. That will work. And then right over here, obviously we are consuming our antimatter at quite the rate. I don't know what rate we're producing antimatter, but it is probably not near enough. That would be my guess. So we probably need to expand this facility a little bit. I'm not sure how far we can expand this facility. I have to look in to see what we can do here. Let's put a monitor on this just so that we can see it and what it's doing. Greater than or equal 60 seconds. This is going to be antimatter, fail, and no cargo. Antimatter for an alarm. And I have no idea how much of this is being produced. I do see that there's 6,000 of that there. We have already pulled across 7,200. Oh, I know that. Not sure how much each one of these produces. Let's see what it does. It's producing antimatter. That's 1 per second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that is producing 12 antimatter per second if it's running at full speed. And then the hydrogen is starting to fill up, which could be of concern. So let's just in case, because I don't want to have any problems. We'll do this, this. And then we'll take this blue belt and connect these like that. And so we've got a pretty good storage farm there. If it overflows, we'll be able to do something about it. Now what I am going to do is I'm going to put this on remote supply. So I'll put it in the remote supply as well. The antimatter fuel rods is already alarming. Oh, the save is coming in. Let's see what the fuel, why this is. What is it producing? Oh, it was under 120 there for a minute. Why would it be under 120? I don't understand that. I've got all of the, oh, because I don't have enough constraint spheres. That's probably an issue with these just not producing enough yet. So I've got these at 10% coming across. 10%. I'm only producing just enough to fulfill the demand. And I actually need some more of these because I need to produce some of the other components. So let's go back into here and extend this out and add 2 or 3 more of these. Let's add 3 more of these in. So 3, that's going to pull me down to about right there. This right here. All right. Pull that in. I just don't have enough of those. Oh, I have a solution to that. We will use this tower right here to go get me a few more of those, and we'll ask for 200 of them. Well, we'll ask for 100. Remote demand. It's not in my network. Well, I guess not. That's somewhat disappointing. Alright, so here's what we'll do then. I will upgrade the sorters. At least upgrade enough of those to be able to copy this in and get 3 more of those buildings. There we go. Solution. Problem solved. Stick that in there, and that in there. Oh, that did fit in there. Look how tight that is. Nice. Okay. There we go. Those things are coming down through here now. And we get more of those being produced. Very good. That will, given that we're producing more of those now, that should allow us to get some extra of these in here. Let's see, what did I do? I picked up a few of these. Let's throw these in here. I'll probably run out of some other items. This is the nature of what I'm doing right now. I'm going to need to go back to my home planet because I have run out of the base level sorters. I may stop using those sorters and clean up some of what I'm doing here. I am getting further and further into this part of the game. Let's see, that's 118. Man, it's just nearly high enough. So what I'm going to do for now on this is I will come back to 100 and just tell it that I want to monitor it at 100. If it drops below 100, we'll get that, but that should allow us to get built up. Yeah, I've got 200 of those. We should be going now. Now I'm suspecting that I may need to build more. There's any number of particle containers. Everything I'm using here, I could be running low on because I'm using more than I did before. Would certainly be something to note. Looks like the antimatter, looks like I could use one more antimatter component here. So it looks like I need to expand this and have one more of these just so that I'm producing extra of the antimatter. That would be something. So if we look at how that works, this is coming in with a green belt. So this will be the end of what I do here. I'm gonna come down here far enough, bring that in like that. Let that fill in there. There we go. And then, oh no, those are green belts. We'll bring all that all the way down through here like that. I'm going to put that in there like that. Alright, we've got 2 more of those in there. And what we'll do now is we'll drop a power pole there. And power pole right there. That'll cover everything. And that'll produce us some extra antimatter beyond what we're using. And we should have plenty of critical photons, but if we aren't, we'll find out about it. So right now, that's producing 700 of these. Get 700 cargoes per minute. But what I'm going to do is put a monitor on here of 600. If it drops below 600, well, actually, I'm using 12 per second on the other components. I'm doing 24. Using 12 every 24 seconds. That's 1/2. So, okay. We are 720. Let's do this at 720. We'll monitor that at 720. Hopefully that keeps up. And then we'll monitor things for a bit. We'll let things run. We have finished the game up as far as the technologies. Everything's done. So additional things that we will continue to research. We want to do Logistics Carrier 12. And the integrated logistics thing, it requires 13, so I will have to do 2 of those, and then this one. It's going to be a lot, but that'll be all of the items there. And at that point in time, I will have researched everything. And then everything I think left is infinite things. Well, I'm not sure that's true. Main utilization, we'll bring that down. Let's see, research speed. I think I'm going to do those before I do these. Research speed first. Then vein utilization. Yeah, that one is infinite. Those are infinite. Oh, both of those are infinite. Right. 8K. I don't really need more damage at the moment. Although an additional... I don't know that these are additional. That was that's 8K. Alright, we'll get us another ground squadron. We would get us 2 more space fleets. This one is infinite. Yeah, those are not infinite. I'm getting things that are not infinite. This one is an infinite. All these are infinite. I'll kill them up. But I don't know that I want the weapon damages. For this, I don't really need the weapon damages. Combat drone damage, though, seems like that would be a good one to have. But it does require a lot of resources. 22,000. Energy circuit, mecha fuel power. The drone flight speed. Oh, energy shield. And see, this thing goes all the way up to 26. Let's make it faster. And then communication control +3 construction drones. Well, I can do more construction drones as I go. 18K. Mech durability, laser weapon damage. There's just all kind of things I can do here. So I guess I can just continue to level things up. We'll go up to, I think we'll start just looking at getting things up to same level of everything. Get everything up to level 10. ray transmission efficiency. Oh no, that actually, we'll put that in there. There we go. So I've got a full queue. So you guys kind of see what I'm doing here now with the different things. It's just it's basically, you know, just a whole bunch of expansions to get this thing what I need. But we'll produce more and more as we go, and we'll continue to expand and grow. And we'll check one more time on my Dyson Sphere. We are producing 41 gigawatts of power with the Dyson Sphere, and we are at the halfway mark, our quarter. We're a quarter of the way done with the second shell. So we're, you know, once we have the second shell done, we will continue expanding. We do have some, you know, we have some solar cells back in orbit. We can see the swarm here now. We're back to 13,000 cells in total. So you can see a continuous stream of them being shot. We could certainly get some more cells going up, and we probably will go do that. We got a lot to do, and we'll check in from time to time. That is all for today's video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to hit the like button and leave a comment to let me know what you think. Please subscribe to the channel to be notified when new content is available, and check out the link shown here for more gameplay. Take care.